Okay.
Thank you.
Matthew Cardinale.
Hey everybody, this is Matthew Charles Cardinale, news editor of AtlantaProgressiveNews.com and Vice Treasurer of Fulton Atlanta Community Action Authority. I have a lot to talk about today. We'll see how much I can fit in. I just did want to state my opposition to the public comment rule that we discussed earlier, limiting comments on zoning matters and CDP matters. I think we should encourage people to come to the public hearings. I don't think that should be the only opportunity. I don't see the need for it. So that's my opinion. I wanted to talk about the TADs a little bit more. And one of the things that I have been pushing is, again, I believe that our TADs should be supervised by the City of Atlanta under the Planning Department, under Mr. Shelby, under our employees who do a great job. And somebody commented on my website, somebody from the ADA, commented, oh, well, the Beltline has done all these beautiful parks, and there's no way that the City of Atlanta could do something that magnificent. I find that very offensive. You know, I think that our employees do a great job. I don't think that we need a layer of bureaucracy, then another layer of bureaucracy, so that we're 2 arms length away in the case of the Beltline, or 1 arm's length away in the case of the other TADs, away from our TADs. We should be able to oversee those. We should be able to oversee the Beltline in-house. I think it would be fiscally more efficient, and I think that there would be more possibility for oversight. So, you know, and then and oversight over expenditures, which has been another problem. And looking at just the general issue of the TADs and where we are with some of these TADs, and I know that we're working with the auditor, working on looking at some of her recommendations. But I do think that for the 4 TADs where the project lists are complete, are substantially complete, that we should make sure that no revenue above and beyond what's necessary to satisfy bond obligations should go to the ADA anymore. Not when we have so many needs that we need to take care of in our city. The TADs where there haven't been very much activity, frankly, I would say we might need to just go ahead and bring those TADs to a close so that we have more flexibility over how we spend that money. When it comes to the Beltline TAD, I actually, one of the things, and this is going back to the TADAC report, I'm sorry I missed their presentation, but...
You haven't.
I'm sorry?
You haven't. It's October 31st.
Oh, okay. So I missed the Beltline, but not TADAC. Oh, okay, great. I'll be there for that. I just, one of the recommendations, one of the concerns raised by TADAC is that you know, the provision is that a portion of any bonds taken out go into the Affordable Housing Trust Fund. And really, I think that a portion of any TAD revenue, any increment, should go into that trust fund, especially if, you know, we're in danger of not being able to take out bonds. If we're looking at other ways that we might fund the Beltline, for example, T-Splost, I mean, that didn't work out, but if that had gone forward, nothing from the T-Splost would have gone into the trust fund. A way to address that is to say that a portion of any TAD increment should go into that trust fund. I know there's also been some discussion about raising developer impact fees, and that's something I'm in support of. I think that, you know, developers, that our impact fees are much lower than other places in the country, and that they need to pay for, you know, the water hookups and all the things that, you know, the other citizens shouldn't have to pay the burden on that. And one idea that I had was there are certain goals that we want to accomplish. Affordable housing is one of them. I also discussed in in city utilities, you know, wanting to encourage people developers to provide recycling, wanting to encourage developers to provide solar panels on their facilities. And I thought, well, why don't we use the impact fees to create an incentive system so that the fees go up, but if a developer agrees to provide meaningful affordable housing for that bracket that we're trying to target, the 30% AMI and below, that we could provide a break on those fees. Similar for other things that we might be trying to promote. So, okay, well, I'll be back and I'll have more to say about that later. Thank you.
Thank you.